Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for being with me today.
Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
you too.
I had a lot of fun with this film. I feel like it's nice to encounter something that's like a little bit weird, a little bit awkward, but overall just very positive and tender. Can you
Yeah.
tell me, both of you, what you relate to about these very memorable characters you play?
Um, yeah, for me, Griffin, like I was always into acting and like he's more of a director, I think, but I think just performance and theater. I Once I was old enough, there was like a local theater where I live, and once I was old enough, I just joined right away, and I remember that always being something I was super passionate about. So I think for me, that's like the biggest thing when I think of Griffin. I think of like sharing the performance, the acting and the theater kind of passion um and yeah, I think also like when I was younger, it was just I always looked kind of to people. I was more inspired and more like friends with people that were older than me, and I had more relationships with, I think, people that were older. And I think Griffin kind of feels the same way. He's like his friends. He's like, they're not really smart enough. They're not, advanced enough for him. That wasn't how it was for me. I kind of bonded with people that weren't my age, and at least when I was younger. So those are the two things for me. I was like, when I read the script, I was like, oh, I can relate to that. I know how he's feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, for me with Brad, man, Brad is such a piece of work. I mean, I think there's really the kind of element of like being a creative person and being so convicted in what you have to make and to offer, but at the same time fearing or in Brad's case knowing that you're actually kind of bad. Like just be the kind of insecurity that he has in his, I don't know, artistic worth. Like whether or not it's true is a very easy feeling to tap into. Um, for me. So yeah, I hope there's not a lot of other similarities between me and Brad,
I
because
don't
then
think so.
I'd probably need to go to like rehab if there
Yeah,
were. But
kidding.
I think there could be a fear in any other kind of film that, Brad would have some really terrible, destructive influence on young Griffin. And here it's like, no, he's just going to cause him to make some questionable rewrites to the script and some
yeah,
questionable, employment and casting choices. But overall,
yeah,
it's really not that consequential.
yeah,
No,
it's all more or less okay. $800 is, out of the bank
not
account,
much.
but whatever. It's all right.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
I also like that the nature of the plays, that Everett writes. Sorry, that Griffin writes. Everett, I don't think you. I'm sure Everett, you did not write these yourself.
No, no, I
They're just
didn't.
so impossibly mature that they couldn't possibly be relevant, for such a young audience. Do you feel like that either of you in your careers have dealt with, things that just you can't imagine where they possibly came from, yet somehow they made their way into the world?
Ooh. Um.
You don't need to give me specifics. I don't want to get anyone, but just if
Oh yeah,
if
yeah.
if this is the kind of thing that you've been through.
I think for me, I just like more of it. For me, is just how I always felt that from a very young age, like acting was what I wanted to do. Like it's something I was born with. It wasn't something that I thought like. I mean, watching movies and like looking at other actors was definitely a factor, but I think like for me, it was just something that I was always interested in since I was very, very little. And I think that's kind of what I think of uh, is that I didn't necessarily like one day I was like, oh, maybe I want to be an actor. You know what I mean? It was kind of just intrinsic.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny when you're younger and acting because, Everett and I both were actors from being quite young, and
Mm,
there's movies and there's shows that I've made that like I go back and think about, and I'm like, wow, I had no idea what like I had no understanding of
yeah.
that as a 14-year-old, but now I understand it, and man, I wish I'd played that moment differently. Now that I get it, but that's always going to be the case, isn't it? I think.
Yeah,
Do
I
you have,
think it will.
yeah. Do you have any advice for, young people looking to get into this industry?
You go first. You're more experienced.
I don't know. I mean, I just like be nice and be prepared and like don't be a jerk. And like work hard because it'll make people want to work with you if you're nice to work with. And if you do your research and do your homework and like come to set prepared or go to the other, whatever. Like I don't know, that's pretty basic advice, but it's true. Like
Oh,
if there's nothing else you can do, if there's something else in life that you can do, go do that other thing because this business is crazy.
yeah. I agree. I think like just be nice, be respectful and like responsible. It's also a job, even if it's fun, it's still a
Yeah.
job. And also like I think just like if you really, really are passionate about acting, like just don't give up because you're gonna have so many auditions and you're only gonna get like one out of I don't know, like every 50 maybe. So I
Yeah.
think like it can be discouraging, but like every actor goes through it. So just know that like you're not doing it alone,
Yeah.
that it's just how it is. It's not that you're bad or it's not even necessarily that you're not right for the part sometimes. It's just it can be a lot of failures before you get to one success.
Half of it's luck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe more than
Right
half.
place, right time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what can you share about working with Melanie Linsky, who I feel like is the real connective tissue between your two characters?
I love Melanie so much. She's such a great actress, and I learned like she was on set I think for a couple weeks, and it was every time I had a scene with her, it was just so fun to like go and watch and like sit by when we weren't doing my coverage and just be able to like learn and see how she gets into character. And she obviously had to do an accent, so that was really cool, like flipping on and off her accent. And yeah, it was really she's so nice and she's so sweet, so it made it like really easy to come in and start working with her in the middle of the shoot. And I loved it. She's like the best.
Yeah. She's really wonderful.
She
I
is.
I barely got to do anything with her, but it was lovely to get to like watch her and it's really
Yeah, she's so good.
yeah.
I feel like the film title Griffin in Summer is pretty descriptive for anybody, if like here's a snapshot of what we're going to see. Do you feel
Hmm.
like this reminds you of other, classic coming of age films?
Oh,
The title or just the film as a whole?
The title, that's an interesting question. More so the film as a whole, but sure, the
Yeah.
title too, that's fine.
No, I don't know about the title maybe, but in some ways, yeah, I guess so. What do you think, Everett? I mean, we've never really seen anything quite like this, I don't
maybe
think.
like
Like,
this one's like an I think I don't know. I heard a lot of people were comparing it somewhat to like eighth eight. Is that right? No,
yeah,
that's
yeah, I saw that as well.
I don't
Like
know.
great,
And
great.
I think it is unique though, and I don't know. I think it has its own properties, but I think there are movies out there that share kind of the you know like theater,
Yeah,
adolescence, like growing into to an adult kind of thing. I would
yeah.
have to I would have to go on like Letterboxd and kind of search up the recommended, but I'm sure there are, and I think that's good. But I also think it's good that it's kind of its own thing, and it has
Yeah.
um, stuff that isn't touched upon as much.
I think a lot of I don't know, I think some coming of age films are less willing to go so far and be so honest about sort of the bizarre nature of growing up and being a,
Mm.
you know, a teenager. Um, and
Yeah,
this one is really like, yeah, it commits. It's nice.
it does. Which is awesome. It works. So
Yeah, it works. And it's
I
really
think
funny.
it is.
eighth grade is a very favorable comparison, so I would take that as a compliment from whoever
Yeah.
you've whoever said that. But I
Yeah.
appreciate your mention of Letterboxd, and since it's the awards buzz, I always like to ask whoever I'm talking to, what have you seen recently, film, TV show, etc., that's really impressing you that you would recommend to others?
What were you thinking of, Everett?
I was preparing for this and there's someone's gonna ask me about like my favorite movies and I had to get it. But I don't know. I think I would go like number one just because I watched it when I was little and it's still like one of the best rated movies ever is Toy Story. That's got to be on there. And
Yeah.
just like the nostalgia of it. And then any recent, I'm trying to think of like you do you have any that you while I'm kind of
Man, I have the most recent thing I've seen, I think, was what did I just go see? I went and saw Eddington, which was
mm-hmm.
wild.
Were you in
Really.
no wait, never mind. Go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead.
No, I don't remember what I saw before that, but my what are we watching on TV? Uh I don't know. My girlfriend and I started The Handmaid's Tale, which is probably a terrible idea for right now, but you know. Um, yeah,
Three projects go well together: The Handmaid's Tale, Eddington, and Griffin and
Eddington.
Summer. They're all similar
True.
tones, similar
Top
theme.
three.
Watch them together.
Yeah.
No, no. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm terrible about watching things though, so you
Yeah,
know.
same. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I think more what I do more is like I go to the theater and whatever's playing, I watch. I don't think I like pick like very deliberately what I'm gonna like,
Yeah.
oh, you know what I mean?
I definitely don't. Yeah.
Well, where can we see you guys next after this film?
I have a show coming. Well, it's not, it's hardly my show. I appear in it. It's called Task. It's coming out on HBO in like a week or something. It's like early September, I don't know. But that's gonna be like really, really good. It's the guy who did Mayor of Easttown. So that'll be really exciting. And then at some point the John Bonet show I did will come out and that'll be yeah. You, Everett?
Yeah, I did a movie last summer called The Plague. It went to Cannes. I don't know how you pronounce it. I've been saying Cannes, but then people corrected me. So um and then it's coming out in December, and so I'm excited
Oh
for
yeah.
that. Mhm.
Awesome. Cool.
I'm excited, and then I just finished on Tuesday filming a series called The Audacity here in I'm in Canada right now, so I'm doing that. So hopefully that'll be soon,
Yeah.
but yeah, and that's pretty much it for me. And then I'm going back to school soon, so probably nothing for a little bit, but.
I can't wait to see the plague. I'm
Thank
really
you.
excited.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in theaters yet, so I can't wait either.
Oh yeah, because you couldn't go, could you? Because you were
No,
shooting.
I was here. I couldn't go to France, but I'm super excited to see it like
Yeah.
finally on a big screen.
Yeah. Cool, man. I hear you're amazing in it. I hear it's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it's a good film. I think it's a really good film. I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet.
Well, I appreciate your time, guys. Looking forward to seeing all this stuff and everyone getting to experience Griffin in summer.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
us
much.
too. Thank you.